Cleanup is underway at this house on Ashfield Drive. Late Thursday, a standoff ended with law enforcement finding 40-year-old Siobhan Price dead from an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound. The Bexar County Sheriff's Office says Price shot a 13-year-old boy and a 36-year-old woman before turning the gun on himself. One neighbor says the terror and violence of the shooting and seeing the teen run is something she'll never forget.
Flew out of the door, and he went that way. And he was running, and the man was running after him with a gun going, pop, pop, I'm gonna kill you, pop, pop.
This witness watched, hiding in her car as the boy fell flat in the street. She says that's when Price fired more rounds.
Shot him in the back, and then he went on the side and shot him in the head.
As she was hiding, the woman, who neighbors say is the boy's mother, came running for help.
She said, please, please help me because he's trying to kill me.
The witness hid the woman inside her home until deputies came.
I actually thought I was going to get shot. He was so close. He was so close. Right in front of the grill. He was so close.
Several neighbors told us they were saddened but not surprised to see violence at this home.
Very turbulent relationship. Almost every 2 weeks, something is going on. They would be arguing and cursing and fighting.
911 records back up her account. BCSO deputies have been to the home 5 times since May 2017. Each time for family disturbance or assault. Price was most recently arrested in June for assaulting a family member. According to BCSO, the 13-year-old boy is in critical condition. His mother is stable. Southwest ISD confirmed the boy attends Scobie Middle School. They're making counselors available for any student who may need assistance. One witness says she'll be seeking help to shake the violence she saw on her own street.
He had this crazed look in his eyes. He was really wanting to kill that boy.
Aaron Wright, KINS 5 Eyewitness News.